see like pubs and stuff, like it's a main one, just like going for a pint and just like having a conversation over a beer and stuff. It's just like desperate for it now.
Yeah, because before it was, I know it wasn't the same, but you had that takeaway beer, and like you could at least have the sense of going to a pub and have the sense of having like a social kind of like thing.
I know.
Whereas now, I think people are just sick of it. You're just like, oh, fuck, I can't be arsed.
Definitely. I mean, I'm still doing dry January anyway.
Oh yeah, you are doing dry January. How's the non-alcoholic wine?
Oh, I've not had any more of that. It's dreadful. It's just like fruit juice, isn't it? But you know what? The non-alcoholic beers are all right. Like the Heineken and Beck's Blue, like ice cold ones on a Saturday night. Like it's just like having a couple of beers.
Right,
it's quite good.
They have upped their game on the non-alcoholic.
Massively.
Like, did you know there's a non-alcoholic Moretti?
I didn't know that actually, but
that is.
Oh no, did I? Moretti
nice.
Zero, it's called.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I have had that actually. Yeah, I need to get, but the wine needs to up its game as well because the beers are really, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stop on the 29th because that's the Friday. Because otherwise, the 1st of February is a Monday, so I'm not going to drink Monday. So I'm not going to wait till the following weekend. So I'm going to stop on the thing is, Erin's like, oh no, I want to do the whole thing so I can say I've done a month. And I'm like, well, I've already done a month because I did sober October. So I've already done the month. So that box is ticked. So
yeah,
I'm just going to stop on the 29th. It's still 4 weeks, isn't it? So
exactly. Are you still doing Veganuary as well?
That lasted a day. I mean, we made a vegan Wellington, and then the next night I had roast chicken. It's because there's not a lot to eat. Like,
hang on, no.
So
You told us about that, mate. You said.
Oh, did I?
You said like that. Someone at school said like, "Oh, you're doing Veganuary,"
oh, that's right.
And you were like, "Oh, but I've got a roast chicken." It was last week, wasn't it? You were like, "Oh, I've got putting a chicken on." So after that, what happened? Like, did you just sack it off, or did you do that?
I mean, because Erin's like prefers vegetarian stuff anyway. We do eat a lot of kind of veggie stuff. We have kind of like risotto or some sort of shit like that. So it's not as, but so I don't really need to do that. I mean, it's not as if it's like I'm going to be extra healthy by having tofu instead of some chicken. Do you know what I mean? It's like chicken is pretty healthy anyway. So it's not as if I'm having fucking Big Mac meals every day. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
so it lasted a day. That's basically what you're telling me, innit? Hello and welcome to The Football Humans. When two become one? No, that doesn't work. What's the Spice Girls song?
Two become one. Oh,
two become one.
Well, we're just missing... you were trying to say when three became two.
Yeah.
Well, you should have probably said, and then there were two. So like the Agatha Christie's, and then there were none. A great film. It goes down. So, and then there were two.
All right, and then there were two. There we go. But then, if you're going on the Agatha Christie thing, it kind of makes it sound like we've just murdered Michael and bumped him off the podcast.
No, we didn't murder him. We didn't murder him. It was an accident, wasn't it? It was an accident. But anyway.
Anyway, yes, Mr. Michael Felton is feeling a little under the weather, and hopefully will be back strong with us next week. Wishing him all the best in his recovery from his long COVID struggle. But so you just basically, you're stuck with me and Mr. Berry. We're going to talk about Berry. I mean, I've got a gripe against Liverpool, Man United, and I'm sure you've got a fair few Scottish football gripes. So let's crack on.
Let's start with Liverpool, Man United.
Did you watch it? Did you watch the game?
I did, and I was tempted before because just going straight in here, busting straight in, because I've not seen a great Liverpool Man United derby for a long time. I was thinking this is going to be a cracker, and I thought maybe I should. I did have a coupon on the weekend. I did actually have as a draw. But I thought, do you know what? Maybe I should stick on 0-0, but just in case it's going to be another 0-0. But I didn't bother. But I wish I had, because it was so. I think the word we need to use in that is cautious. Both didn't want to get beat, so it was very, very just be as safe as possible. Get in. Don't take any risks whatsoever, defending or attacking. Be as cautious as possible, and the game was pretty brutal, wasn't it?
Well, to be fair, I think it was set up for a counter-attacking sort of game. Liverpool had a lot of possession. It seemed there were glimpses of them playing pretty well, but I mean, let's face it, they've got two midfielders at centre back. So, I'd kind of despair over that. I thought Man United probably had the better chances to win it.
Well, they did.
Fernandes free kick and Pogba and Alisson had a good game, right at the end, like good saves. So I just, as a Liverpool fan, it's very frustrating because I think the rest of the Premier League are handling their injuries a lot better than Liverpool. Liverpool are so reliant on the front three playing really well and doing that sort of really high intensity press and really taking it to teams so that they don't attack that much. And when they're not playing very well, and you could argue, the people that come in, when Jota came in, he was firing, he was getting goals, and he was
fresh, he was energetic.
Fresh, and he brought something different. I thought, it doesn't really matter about Van Dijk too much. We've still got a really good attack. With him being out injured as well, I just think, Shaqiri came on for the game. I mean, he was all right, but it just wasn't...
Not the same level.
No, it just didn't really, ignite anything. So no. I actually am going to go on the pod, and it's not just a reaction to this, but I'm really worried that we're not going to retain the title. I think the injuries at the back are going to cost Liverpool. And when you look at the points that they're dropping, there was a table the other day, was it on Match of the Day 2 or something, that showed points last season. And they were miles away from everyone last season. That isn't going to happen this season, which, for loads of different reasons. But they're not close to what they were last season. And they've got the injuries. And he obviously, for whatever reason, doesn't want to buy a centre-back. So
I know
I think they're struggling.
He's been very stubborn over it, being he doesn't want to just start going mad and all. We need this, we need that. He just wants to remain calm and collected. But the fact of the matter is, they do need a centre back. And even before Van Dijk got his injury, I mean, you're playing Matip there, and then you start playing Gomez there. But for me, these two weren't world class, or where Liverpool were. These guys weren't as up to the level of the rest of the team. For me, that was the weakest position in the team, was centre back, someone alongside Van Dijk. Now Gomez is out, and then Matip's out, and Van Dijk's out. Surely he's got to realise that we're going to leak goals here, because you're playing your two centre midfielders. And they're more than capable players. They're good players, Henderson and Fabinho, experienced players, defensive-minded as well. But it's also, if you play them there and they're saying, well, they're fine there, but that's leaving a massive gap in the middle of the park, because these guys are so important in the middle of the park. I mean, Thiago's a good player, but Henderson's experience is so vital for Liverpool in a season like this. I just think that...
I think Henderson needs to be in the middle of the park to organise.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really important. And I just put one of the young lads, the Williams guy, he's come in, he's played a couple of games, he's been all right. Yeah. If you're not going to play him now, when are you going to play him? Only in the FA Cup? I mean, what's the point of that? You should give him the experience and say, look, this is your time, go and shine. Yeah. Because, I mean, he did that with Trent Alexander-Arnold. And look at him now.
I know. I don't understand why he doesn't buy a big he's obviously thinking, I don't want to buy some stopgap, some short-term thing. But if he buys a top-class centre-back, and then when he has them all fit, he'll have the top class centre back and Van Dijk. That'll be his two, because
exactly, and move
Matip and Gomez
Matip,
aren't shoo-ins anyway. So.
Yeah, Matip's injury prone. Seems to have a good, like, maybe 2 or 3 games and then is injured again. Ship him out. Get a replacement for him. I mean, I think he's an all right defender, Matip, but nah, I think they should get it out. It's the first time I've really worried that we're not gonna win it. Like, because when you look at City, like they've managed their injuries. They've not got Aguero back, and I mean up front,
De Bruyne as the number 9, haven't they?
And they just look effortless in taking teams apart. And United do look good, Leicester look good, like Spurs look good every now and again.
It's a good league. It's very healthy open competition there, which is great for me for an outsider, but. Mikel Silvestre came out the other day and said it's a 3-horse race between Liverpool, Man United and Leicester. And I'm thinking, how the hell can you rule out Man City?
Yeah, because their game's in hand.
Even if they didn't, and there were 6 points behind, how could you rule out Man City?
Nah, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I think it's madness saying that.
Yeah, it really is madness.
I think it can go. I think it's. I still think it's a 5-horse race, to be honest with you.
Yeah, which is great. It's great entertainment.
No, it is. It is.
It's frustrating as a fan. It's frustrating as a fan. And I mean, you're like a massive Man United fan, so I mean, how are you finding it? Like, are you finding it frustrating?
Yeah, they're a massive Man United fan.
You were Ole out, weren't you? Ole out like a couple of weeks ago.
Who? Me?
Yeah, weren't you saying you should get Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should be out?
I'm one of the normal people who've been defending him. I'm not one of these just Ole out brigade. Definitely not. I think he's shown it's totally just the time he's been given, because he's slowly but surely building Man United back up again. Slowly but surely, not just on the pitch, off the pitch as well. I think it's been a shrewd move getting Darren Fletcher back in. I think the club are going places. I think signs he's made have been decent signings. I think a few more in the summer. A right-sided attacker, kind of right winger or something, and a top centre back. I think Man United would be challenging. Well, they already are, I suppose, challenging for the league this season, but I think even more so next season. I think, and they'll be going to places like Anfield and the Etihad and going for the win rather than these cautious approaches at the moment. But no, I was disappointed in the game. I wasn't shocked, because I just feel like the way it's been for the last 5 or 6 years in English football, a lot of the big games have been letdowns. There's not been that many crackers to speak of. I was hoping not just for goals, but for I think what back first as a fans, isn't it? Like, that's what we're desperate for. When that'll happen, I don't know. But
so the BBC ran their combined 11. Just pulled it up. Like we all did it. And you went for De Gea in goal over Alisson.
I was just being honest, I knew I was going to go for Alisson. I just thought.
Has your opinion changed?
I would go for Alisson probably. So if I did that, my team was spot on. So
maybe it wasn't, was it? Because you went for De Gea in goal.
Yeah, but if I didn't go for De Gea, I went for Alisson.
Whereas Michael went for Adrian in goal. He pressed the wrong button.
And it just shows you now he obviously wasn't well at the time there either.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why he's off this week. He's lost the plot, I think. But no, I think he was meant to put Alisson. He just wasn't reading it properly. Didn't have his glasses on.
Yeah, you went mad at me because I went 3 at the back.
I mean, you can go 3 at the back, right? But you can't put 3 at the back with fullbacks. It's like Alexander Arnold, Andy Robertson, a back 3. Are you mad?
Why? It's like it's a fantasy team, so you're like, they're just going to be like amazing players. Like, do you know what I mean? They're the best defenders.
So their main job is getting up the flanks and attacking. So when they get up the flanks attacking, Van Dijk's going to be sitting on his own.
Yeah, he can handle it. Of course he could.
Don't be so stupid. Don't be so stupid.
Well, I think you're right. Let's just say Man United against Liverpool was not a classic, and 5-horse race, yeah, and long may it continue. As
Absolutely.
I am worried that we won't retain the title, but you just who knows? Anything is possible. I actually quite like around this sort of time, not being cut adrift, obviously, but being maybe second or third with like a point or some, being quite close, rather than just pressure of being like on the top, like at the top constantly. That annoys me sometimes.
I know that does get tiring. It's more kind of, that's when you have to be cautious rather than attack to try and get the goals. Then you're just trying to defend it all the time, defend your top spot, and it can be a bit.
Yeah, do you think it's an advantage? Do you think it's an advantage to not be top of the league, not be like miles away from it, but
right now?
Yeah, just be like a couple of points off the top, and then.
Well, it's Liverpool's to lose, isn't it? So I mean, they've just got to. But if they do lose it, I think they've only got themselves to blame, because I think they'll lose it by silly goals conceded, and I think a world-class centre-back would stop that. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of names who they should go for, but who?
I've got no idea. No idea who they go for. Probably someone.
Koulibaly from Napoli, but
no.
The Italian.
He's been touted around. He's been touted around so many times.
He might not be a top defender.
Hasn't he? He's been touted around so many times, for years, and it's just like, nah. I think maybe they just need, I don't know, maybe Klopp knows someone from German league he could get in.
Yeah, the boy from Leipzig probably.
Yeah, probably.
Jan or whatever is how you pronounce his name, can't remember. But
very quickly, did you see that Bayern Munich got beaten by that low league team?
Yeah, in the cup. Yeah, cup. I was going to say they've been poor this season, but they are top of the league still. But it's just because Bayern Munich normally just roll teams over. But because they have had a couple of defeats this season already as well in the league. So maybe
spirit of the cup.
Well, exactly, and that's what it's about, isn't it? That's what it's about. Just a shame the fans of that team couldn't see it, but as we say, bring them back.
What do we think to the rematch then? Because it's Liverpool against Man United at the weekend, isn't it, on the FA Cup?
Sunday afternoon. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Are you though? Are you actually looking forward to it? Because we've just watched a dire 0-0. Do you think we're going to get a different sort of team, a different mentality?
I think we will, because it's the cup, isn't it? I think they don't have to be as cautious in the cup, so I think we will get more goals. But I just want a good game. I just want a good game. I want an exciting game. I want an exciting finish. And I think it goes down to some of the players as well when they're not in form. I think Salah and Mane and Firmino, they didn't look like what they did a year ago or a year and a half ago. And same with Rashford, Fernandes. I don't think anybody looked up for that.
Looked a bit tired, didn't they? Looked a bit just a bit groggy.
Yeah, they did. Sure.
Right then, so Celtic. Let's get your thoughts, Mr. Berry, on Celtic going to Dubai.
Well, I'm just happy. The reason I'm not as angry and hysterical as usual is because I'm just glad that the rest of the country, the whole of the United Kingdom and the world, can just see what we've had to put up with as Scottish people for years and generations and whatever it is of the old firm in general, but mainly Celtic, to be fair. I mean, I just cannot believe the arrogance of the whole situation. And the fact is, it's not the fact that they went, it's the fact that they've come back and not given a shit that they went and made excuses and blaming everybody else for it. So the fact is, what was said was that, well, there was nothing in the rules that said that essential workers can go, and because we're not playing well, we felt essential that we could go. So technically, we've not broken any rules. It's like, are you fucking mental? People are dying all up and down this country. People haven't seen their loved ones for over a year. And when we say essential workers, we're talking about doctors, nurses, surgeons, scientists, carers. We're not talking about just because Celtic aren't playing well, go for a jolly up in the sun. So
Now,
I'm just glad that everyone can see for what they are, pure scum, which
so
they are.
I'll put it across to you that
from
what I read was that the trip to Dubai was already booked in the calendar, and it's something that they did for a couple of seasons. They always do it at the same point.
Yeah,
in the
they
season.
do it, yeah.
So it wasn't like a new thing. It was a planned trip. And in the government restrictions, etc., up until them leaving, there wasn't anything that restricted that.
Yeah, but it was so that's right.
So what are they? What's different to them doing it to then, like, I don't know, like all these influencers, like people off Love Island that are just going across there, and people going on holiday and things.
Things have changed then, because it's not just Celtic that have got these things booked in. Most clubs go away after Christmas.
Warm weather training, yeah.
Everyone, like loads of clubs go to Dubai and these places, so that's what they want to do. Hearts didn't do it this year, Aberdeen, Rangers, nobody else went. And the fact is just because they say, well, technically we're not broken rules. What it is morals, and you use your instinct and your initiative to what the situation is in the world. And is it right that we go away to Dubai and risk everyone's life? I don't think so. And the fact is that they've come back, they've caught COVID out there, and they've brought it back. Now, the guy that was tested positive.
I 100% agree with you there, mate. 100% agree with you.
Yeah,
100% agree with you. They shouldn't have done it.
He's out for the season. He's got cruciate ligament injury. He's out for the season. So what the fuck is he going that trip for anyway? He's going for a piss up. He's not going for training. It's supposed to be hot weather training. Well, he can't train, so why is he there? So now they've come back out, and it's just typical Celtic. It's no shock. They denied it, and then Lennon's coming out, and all he's basically saying is, "It's your fault. Don't moan at me. We can do what we want. Don't argue with us. We're Celtic. It's your fault. We're the victim. Everyone's blaming Celtic." And everyone's just laughing at them, just like, you're absolutely pathetic. What you've done is completely inexcusable, and it's an absolute disgrace. And what as well annoys me even more is the head of the SFA's come out, and he had to make a statement on it, but because he is a Celtic man, he doesn't want to say too much, so it shows he's professionally inept. He's saying, well, technically they didn't break the rules, technically, and I mean, Celtic, I'm sure they abide by the rules while there. I'm sure they did follow the protocols. I'm sure they did. Wanker. Nicola Sturgeon, another one. She's going, I mean, yeah, football is really letting us down. Yeah, football clubs better watch because football. And we're going, hold on, it's Celtic. Everyone else followed the rules, just not Celtic. Well, I don't want to start pointing fingers. It's football in general. It's absolutely outrageous. It's outrageous. They're a complete disgrace of a football club. Yet again, proving that. I'm just glad that everyone else can see what they are. Pure scum. Fuck them. All right.
How did the Hearts get on anyway? How are they doing?
Hearts won at the weekend. Won 3-1 away to Alloa. So top of the league. So hopefully get it done and dusted. Get back in the Prem for next season. The fans will be back. We'll start a new era for the old Jam Tarts. That's the aim.
Fair enough. Anything else to bring to the table? Are we happy that Sam Allardyce got a first win as West Brom?
I know exactly. And it's away at Wolves, obviously big rivals, but he was brought up a Wolves fan. Yeah. We talked about that a few weeks ago, I think. But so it's Wolves are really not struggling, but they are struggling with it.
You didn't realise how much of an important player, and also how many, like, he didn't miss any games really. I mean, he didn't seem to me. Like he seemed to always be a goal threat for them.
Yeah, even when they weren't playing well, he would nip in with a goal somewhere.
Nip a goal, and 100%. And obviously, Jota's come to Liverpool. Like I think they are definitely 100% like struggling. They're struggling without him.
And they've still got really decent players there. And the players they're signing are really top class players. And arguably, Wolves on paper they could challenge for the league at some point. But I mean, the thing is, not worrying. They've signed that guy Fabio Silva for what was it, a record 37 million or something last season, because they're like, this guy's going to be worth triple that because he's dynamite. And I'm yet to see it. I know he's just 19, but he looks pretty average to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't want to sign him too much, young boy.
Yeah, but it was funny when they were coming off and Sam Allardyce is like, no hugging, no kissing, come on.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, that's
Right. I know. See, he's in talking about Allardyce. Apparently, if he keeps West Brom up, he gets a £10 million reward.
Really? No bonus? A reward? It's not
A
like
bonus. Yeah, a reward. A bonus is the word I'm looking for. Sorry, it's too late for me, Wragg. It's 6:20, past my bedtime.
He's got like wanted posters of reward Sam Allardyce.
I know. Yeah. Yeah, no, but bonus 10 million. That's pretty decent, isn't it?
That's quite an incentive. I would.
Yeah.
I'd be up for that. Yeah. Do you reckon he'll be £10 million better off at the end of the season? What do you think?
I can't see it. I don't think so. They got a couple of penalties, didn't they? They were quite lucky, but we'll see what happens. I hope it's exciting for a few days. I was hoping Sheffield United would stay up as well, but I can't see it now. They've just not got a good enough team. They're never going to string two results together in a million years. So.
Well, we touched on, was it in our WhatsApp group, like the amount of money they spent, 20 million for Brewster. Like, I mean, the last
23 million on Brewster.
It's just
20 million on Ollie McBurney.
They're struggling.
Oliver Buck. I mean, it's just garbage, really, honestly, for that level, anyway.
Michael would obviously bring up Chelsea. Did you see Chelsea's struggling as well? Everyone seems to be struggling. I don't know, apart from Man City and Leicester.
Well, they're talking about today that Chelsea are going to break the bank for Haaland, Erling Haaland. So
yeah,
we'll see.
But Timo Werner's really struggling for. Did you see the Chelsea game? He got put through right at the end.
I know, and I was like,
easy chance for him to bury.
I know, yeah, and that's not good, is it? It's really not. I think this year, we can't judge teams too much. I think everyone's feeling a bit depressed and negative and stuff just with what's going on and no fans. I think it must be hard to keep them motivated. But so I think a lot of clubs are in the same boat. But Chelsea, with the money they've spent, they need to. Frank needs to start getting the results and fast because Abramovich won't stand for too much of this mid-table garbage, really.
100%. I forgot there's games happening now. It's really messing with our fantasy football because I've got no idea who's playing, who's not playing. It's West Brom, West Ham tonight, and also Chelsea and Leicester.
Chelsea.
Yeah. Sorry, Leicester and Chelsea.
Leicester, Chelsea.
Don't want you.
So two good games, though. Two decent games, though, I think. So hopefully I'm going to stick it on now, actually, while I'm getting my dinner ready.
What you having for your dinner?
I'm going to make sort of fajitas. I've got kind of corn nuggets there, so I really fancy refried beans. So I'm going to have some refried beans. I've got some wraps. I'm going to do some kind of fried peppers and onions with cumin, garlic powder, chili powder. I've got some Leerdammer cheese, sour cream. Just going to dollop the lot. Potato waffles on the side, bit more refried beans. Just going to build myself up, Wragg, because I'm wasting away here, mate. Wasting away without this red wine. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a costume of a man.
A costume of a man.
Nah, I'm not.
Oh, mate, I'm missing the pub. I'm missing. Yeah.
I know. Me too, man. I really am. It's difficult. Zoom's a great thing to have, but it's quite tiring. Eh? You can't. You need the live chat and the pints. Eh?
Yeah. So if this is your first time listening to the pod, don't know what the episode's going to turn out like, but there's normally three of us, and we're normally in the pub, and we're normally just talking absolute bollocks really about football,
but the truth as well, facts,
obviously facts.
Yeah, I'll stick to that. Right,
tell us a joke, Berry, to end.
All right,
got any jokes?
Yeah,
end the podcast with.
End on a nice joke. What's a penguin's favourite type of pasta?
I don't know.
Penguini.